Hi again, and welcome back to another in my series of films talking about lenses. So I've already covered my walk-around dock lenses and two lenses useful for drama and filming people that I, or at least maybe a director, can control. Moving in the other direction of focal length, there are sometimes occasions when I need to film something at a distance, like a stage show and I'm at the back of the theatre. Often, none of the lenses I've mentioned so far has quite the reach I need to get an image of one performer, or the head and shoulders of, say, a comedian. And for those occasions, I may pull out this Canon 70 to 300mm f4 to 5.6. Like many of my other lenses, it's a bit of an antique, originally designed for Canon EF mount full-frame cameras. But it has the reach I need to cover groups of 4 or 5 people at the 70mm end, zooming into a medium shot at 300mm in a typical small venue. I could use it on a speed booster, but I'm usually using it for its reach, so it tends to go on a Metabones adapter or a Sigma MC11. It does telescope both when zooming and when focusing. But I won't normally be using a matte box with this lens, and it's light enough that changing its physical length won't unbalance my tripod head. It's not constant aperture. The aperture changes from f4 to f5.6 as you go from 70 to 300mm. But short of a megabucks cinema zoom lens, I don't know of a lens covering this kind of range that is constant aperture. I've learnt to live with it. The zoom action isn't smooth enough to use it during a shot anyway, except perhaps for a crash zoom out, when a sudden brightening by one stop might actually add to the effect. There is image stabilization, and it's seriously noisy, at least on this example. But even on a tripod, the image stabilization is very useful. It will damp out the vibrations of the floor moving as a lively audience moves about, for example. There is autofocus, but you would never want to use it, at least not on an FS7 or FS5. It's rubbish. The manual focus throw is about 100 degrees, which is not too bad, because focusing at 300mm is quite critical. The focus ring is right at the front end of the lens, which is kind of a long way away, but at least it's easy to find in the dark in the theatre.